In the next few minutes, we're going to take a look at the leading, kerning, and tracking options in Photoshop. I'll tap the T key in order to select the type tool because I want to add to this headline type. I'll click to the right of the S in C's, tap Return, and then I'm going to add Looks Can Be Deceiving. Then in order to select the entire line of type, I'll triple click in it. I'm going to change the font size, which I can do using the options bar, but we can also change a lot of the type properties using the Properties panel. In order to change the font size, I can either click and drag on the T icon. I can enter in a value, like 45, for example. I can use the drop-down menu right here to select a point size, or I can select the type and then use the downward or upward arrows in order to change the size. In this case, I'll go down to about 18 point. Now, if I want to change the space between the two lines of text, I need to change my leading. Again, I could use the scrubby sliders, I could use the list, I could use the arrow keys, just as we did with the text. But in this case, I'm just going to enter in a value of about 36 in order to add a little bit more leading. If I want to increase the spacing between all of the characters, I can use the tracking option here on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, this is going to be our kerning, where I would want to just change the amount of spacing between two characters. I'll use the scrubby slider in this case to just scrub over to the right a little bit in order to add a little bit of tracking. I just don't want to go so far that it extends beyond the calm seas above. Sometimes I find that the scrubby slider doesn't give me quite enough control, so I'll go ahead and highlight that, and then again, just use the up arrow or the down arrow in order to change the value. All right, when I'm happy with the way that the text looks, I'll just click far away from the text in order to apply that change. Then to separate the text from the photograph below it, I'll use the effects icon on the layers panel. I'm going to add a drop shadow. I'll just reset it to the default and then increase the opacity to make it a little bit more visible and maybe decrease the size down to about 4. I'll click OK, and there you go. That wraps up our overview of using leading, kerning, and tracking in Photoshop.